Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist here. Today I want to talk about the Zika virus, Zika. This is another mosquito-borne virus, and it seems to be spreading around, and it's pretty virulent, and then we need to let you know that this causes problems with little babies. They don't have the development of their brain. So they are mentally disabled later, and that's not good. So, about 80% of the people who get infected with a virus never have any symptoms. Some people say it's 80%. Some people say like 1 in 5 will have symptoms, but most people don't have anything. Or if they have some kind of symptom, they just like the chikungunya or the dengue. The rash, the ache all over, the fever, those types of things. And for those, you can look at my videos on treating chikungunya, and it'll tell you how to do that. Also, it's, like I said, passed on to the fetus, and so it's important that if you've been traveling, it's been showing up in Central America, all over Mexico, northern part of South America, and in the Caribbean, like here in Puerto Rico and some other places. It's also could be connected to another process called Guillain-Barré syndrome. Like 1 in 100,000 people who have Zika come down with this. Is where the immune system starts attacking the your nerves, and people can go into paralysis and that type of thing, but it's not very common. It's usually, mostly Zika is transmitted by mosquitoes, but there possibly could be some sexual transmission too. It does seem to survive, the virus itself does seem to survive in semen and other bodily fluids. It doesn't go into the breast milk, so we don't have to worry about that. So that's one thing to be a blessing for. Um, so it's important to get rid of any places with standing water. Make sure that we don't have, water standing so we can breed mosquitoes. Also to put on uh, creams and sprays that prevent mosquito bites. And this mosquito virus is interesting. It can hang out in the body for a long, long time, so over a year. And it seems to go into the eyes, the brain, and the testes, the, the tissue of the testes, and those tissues, the antibodies can't get into them very well to fight it off. So it hangs there and kind of comes out as it needs to come out, and cause another infection with a mosquito bite. So we're learning more. We don't have all the answers with it. There's new research being done at University of California at Davis, and so they're trying to make up a new vaccination for it, which is important. But it's the most important to, if you come down with it, to not be a vector for anybody else. If you come down with it, go to your doctor and get a Zika titer done. That's a viral titer. You take some serum, some blood, and then they can check to see if you have the virus. And from there you can decide. Really important for pregnant mothers not to go out and get bitten by this mosquito now. Um, that's very important. And so you might want to also curtail some of your travel plans if you're going to some of those areas which have Zika. So far we don't have it in the United States, thank heaven. We do have it here on the island of Puerto Rico and some of the other islands in the Caribbean and all of Mexico and all the Central American countries down below Mexico and Brazil. It's a huge problem. But we also have a big dengue problem going on in Hawaii. And dengue is another one of these mosquito-borne vector diseases, which can cause a lot of problems. And it can also cause blood problems and the same fevers and aches and pains, and it kind of goes on forever also. So make sure that you get rid of the mosquitoes. Check your travel plans. Don't go to these areas unless you have to. They are working on, like I said, on a vaccine for it, but at this point we don't have anything. And it stays in the body for a long time. It might be sexually transmitted. We don't know yet. There are some indicators that it possibly could, but not yet. We don't know the answer to that. As far as herbs that would help it, if you look at my videos on chikungunya, and it'll talk about, there's 3 of them. Probably go right to the 3rd one. That will help the most. And we can do anything about the symptoms if somebody comes down with the symptoms with some herbs, but as far as the getting rid of the virus, not really. Let's be realistic here. This stuff goes deep into the tissues, and it's going to be there for a while. I've seen up to like 62 weeks, maybe even longer. So, you know, most viruses are self-limiting. If you get a cold and the antibodies go in and start trying to take over and kill that virus after a while. The virus comes in, takes over your cells, the cells replicate the virus and goes out and infects more cells. But all the time it's doing this, the antibodies are coming in and they're attacking these, and sooner or later it catches up with the virus and is able to get rid of it in general. And it takes about, like you have probably noticed with colds and flus, about 10 days for that to happen. But the body will do it. But with Zika, it's not really able to do that very well because, you know, it hides in these deep tissues like the eyes, the testes, and that in the brain, which the antibodies can't get to. So, very well anyway. So there it goes with Zika, and prevention is the most important thing. So make sure you prevent mosquito bites and take care with your travel plans. I love you.